Good afternoon, and welcome to the announcement of the 2018 Pulitzer Prizes. My name is Dana Canedy, and I am the administrator of the Pulitzers. We are gathered in the famed World Room of the Journalism School at Columbia University, where the Pulitzer Board met last week to select winners in 14 journalism and 7 arts and letters categories. The honorees were chosen from a stellar and diverse group of distinguished finalists. The winners this year affirm the impact of arts and letters on American culture. They include books, music, and drama that inform us, that challenge our conventional notions of creative expression, and that push us to consider and embrace new ideas and perspectives. In the journalism categories, yet again this year, winners uphold the highest purpose of a free and independent press, even in the most trying of times. These courageous, inspiring, and committed journalists and their news organizations are undaunted in their mission in support of the Fourth Estate. It is a mandate that has been under a seemingly relentless assault of late, but that remains central to a healthy democracy. This is not to say that the journalism industry should not do more to improve trust and goodwill with a public that is sometimes skeptical of its work and motives. It should. Or that it should not work harder to include a wider range of political, racial, and gender perspectives in its subject matter and sourcing. It must. Yet it is also true, essentially true, that most journalists consider the work they do to be a calling, one so important that the Founding Fathers protected the very existence of the press in the U.S. Constitution. The wisdom in that decision is evident again in the Pulitzer winners this year. Their work is real news of the highest order, executed nobly as journalism was always intended, without fear or favor. It is in that context that I now proudly announce this year's winners, who will constitute the 102nd class of the Pulitzer Prize honorees. In the journalism category, for public service, the Pulitzer is awarded jointly to the New York Times for reporting led by Jodi Kantor and Megan Twohey, and the New Yorker for reporting by Rowan Farrell for explosive, impactful journalism that exposed powerful and wealthy sexual predators, including allegations against one of Hollywood's most influential producers, bringing them to account for long-suppressed claims of coercion, brutality, and victim silencing, thus spurring a worldwide reckoning about sexual abuse of women. For breaking news, the prize is awarded to the staff of the staff of the Press Democrat in Santa Rosa, California, for lucid and tenacious coverage of historic wildfires that ravaged the city of Santa Rosa and Sonoma County, and for expertly utilizing an array of tools, including photography, video, and social media platforms, to bring clarity to its readers in real time and in subsequent in-depth reporting. For investigative reporting, the prize is awarded to the staff of the Washington Post for purposeful and relentless reporting that changed the course of a Senate race in Alabama, revealing a candidate's alleged past sexual harassment of teenage girls and subsequent efforts to undermine the journalism that exposed it. For explanatory reporting, the prize is awarded to the staffs of the Arizona Republic and USA Today Network for vivid and timely reporting that masterfully combined text, video, podcasts, and virtual reality to examine from multiple perspectives the difficulties and unintended consequences of fulfilling President Trump's pledge to construct a wall along the U.S. border with Mexico. For local reporting, the prize is awarded to the staff of the Cincinnati Enquirer for a riveting and insightful narrative and video documenting 7 days of Greater Cincinnati's heroin epidemic, revealing how the deadly addiction has ravaged families and communities. For national reporting, the prize is awarded jointly to the staffs of the New York Times and the Washington Post for deeply sourced, relentlessly reported coverage in the public interest that dramatically furthered the nation's understanding of Russian interference in the 2016 election and its connections to the Trump campaign, the president-elect's transition team, and his eventual administration. For international reporting, the prize is awarded to Claire Baldwin Andrew R.C. Marshall, and Manuel Mogado of Reuters for relentless reporting that exposed the brutal killing campaign behind the Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte's war on drugs. For feature writing, the prize is awarded to Rachel Gotzi Gunza, a freelance reporter for GQ, for an unforgettable portrait of murderer Dylan Roof using a unique and powerful mix of reportage, first-person reflection, and analysis of historical and cultural forces behind his killing of 9 people inside Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina. For commentary, the prize is awarded to John Archibald of Alabama Media Group, Birmingham, Alabama, for lyrical and courageous commentary that is rooted in Alabama but has a national resonance in scrutinizing corrupt politicians, championing the rights of women, and calling out hypocrisy. For criticism, the prize is awarded to Jerry Saltz of New York Magazine for a robust body of work that conveyed a canny and often daring perspective on visual arts in America, encompassing the personal, the political, the pure, and the profane. For editorial writing, the prize is awarded to Andy Dominic of the Des Moines Register for examining in a clear, indignant voice, free of cliché or sentimentality, the damaging consequences for poor Iowa residents for privatizing the state's administration of Medicaid. For cartooning, the prize is awarded to Jake Halpern, a freelance writer, and Michael Sloan, a freelance cartoonist working for the New York Times, for an emotionally powerful series told in graphic narrative form that chronicled the daily struggles of a real-life family of refugees and its fear of deportation. For breaking news photography, the prize is awarded to Ryan Kelly of the Daily Progress, Charlottesville, Virginia, for a chilling image that reflected the photographer's reflexes and concentration in capturing the moment of impact of a car during a racially charged protest in Charlottesville, Virginia. For feature photography, the prize is awarded to the photography staff of Reuters for shocking photos that expose the world to the violence Rohingya refugees faced in fleeing Myanmar. And now, the prizes for letters, drama, and music. For fiction, the prize is awarded to Less by Andrew Sean Greer, a generous book, musical in its prose and expansive in its structure and range, about growing older and the essential nature of love. For drama, the prize is awarded to Cost of Living by Martina Mayock, an honest original work that invites audiences to examine diverse perspectives of privilege and human connection through 2 pairs of mismatched individuals, a former trucker and his recently paralyzed ex-wife, and an arrogant young man with cerebral palsy and his new caregiver. For U.S. history, the prize is awarded to The Gulf, The Making of an American Sea, by Jack E. Davis, an important environmental history of the Gulf of Mexico that brings critical attention to the Earth's 10th largest body of water and one of the planet's most diverse and productive marine ecosystems. For biography, the prize is awarded to Prairie Fires, The American Dreams of Laura Ingalls Wilder by Carolyn Fraser, a deeply resourced and elegantly written portrait of Laura Ingalls Wilder, author of the Little House on the Prairie series that describes how Wilder transformed her family's story of poverty, failure, and struggle into an uplifting tale of self-reliance, familial love, and perseverance. For poetry, the prize is awarded to Half Light, Collected Poems, 1965-2016, by Frank Biddart, a volume of unyielding ambition and remarkable scope that mixes long dramatic poems with short elliptical lyrics, building on classical mythology and reinventing forms of desire that defy societal norms. For general nonfiction, the prize is awarded to Locking Up Our Own, Crime and Punishment in Black America by James Foreman Jr., an examination of the historical roots of contemporary criminal justice in the United States based on vast experience and deep knowledge of the legal system and its often devastating consequences for citizens and communities of color. And last, but certainly not least, for music. The prize is awarded to Damn by Kendrick Lamar, a virtuosic song collection unified by its vernacular authenticity and rhythmic dynamism that offers affecting vignettes capturing the complexity of modern African American life. This concludes the announcement of the 2018 Pulitzer Prizes. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations to all the winners. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. Thank you.